What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to day 90 of Onshape. A student last week approached me and asked if I could make this infinity cube, and I was asking about the dimensions on it, and then it was a really good brain scratcher because I didn't know how to build it, and now we do. So you'll notice a couple parts in here are color coded. One of those is going to be this straight beam that is going to be a corner bracket. And they're going to be two of the same. They're the same color because it's the same piece. And then we've got two parts in the back that are going to be the same dimensions, but they're mirrors of each other, kind of like a left hand and a right hand situation. And so what we're going to do is we're going to model those three parts and then do some fancy trick work with it. So let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to create a part studio. In that part studio, I'm going to create a couple variables because let's parametrically model this while we're at it. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at is a nominal length. And that's going to be the nominal length of our tube. Hit the green check mark. And then another one is going to be tube thickness. So tube thickness. Let's go and put 1.5 inches for that. A nominal length, let's put in 10 inches. There we go. And then the last one, we'll do one more variable, and that's going to be tube spacing. Hit the green check mark. So we got three variables here. And now we're going to model our three parts using these three variables. So I'm going to click on sketch on that front plane, hit N for normal, and we're going to draw a rectangle using the hotkey R. For the dimensions here, so hit D for dimension. We're going to type in nominal length, and our dimension on the side is going to be tube thickness. Looks good. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my origin planes so I can see just that sketch that we've got. Hit Shift E for extrude, and that's going to be at a depth of tube thickness. All right. The reason we're parametrically modeling all of this is because in the instance we want to go back and change something, we can just change these variables right here. So let's say if my tube thickness was actually 1.25, it would actually go back and then remodel all of that for me. So it can save you a ton of work and a ton of time if you do it well. So it's kind of like smart design versus fast design. So this is one of our pieces. The other piece we're going to do is actually going to be our left and right pieces. So I'm going to use the linear pattern command. That direction is going to be kind of, doesn't matter too much which direction, so I'm just going to go back to the right in the Y direction. And that distance is going to be tube spacing for an instance count of 3. And we're going to use these are going to be our parts to model that we're going to make. All right, let's continue on. While we're at it, let's shorten these pieces, which are going to be left and right pieces. So I'm going to hit Shift E. We're going to remove. The merge scope would be those two parts. And the depth is going to be tube spacing. Looks good so far. We're ready for our bevels now. So I'm going to hit chamfer. And we're going to hit the top edge on all three of those parts. On the other side, I'm going to go ahead and type in this value as tube thickness for our distance. So that way we can start to see what we're doing here a little bit better. I'm going to rotate to the other side. We're going to choose the top edge. The left and rights are going to be opposites of each other. And we're looking good. If you remember our infinity cube, these straight pieces are going to be composite parts here in a second. So those are going to be the same. So if we're going to do this smart, we could do a composite part. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click on a mirror. This piece, the mirror plane, is going to be that one right there. And it's going to be a new. So now I've got 4 parts, well, technically 3 once we get done here in a second, and we're going to use those for our assemblies. So I'm going to click on composite part. Parts 1 and 4 for me are going to be those corner brackets. We hit the green check mark. And now we've got a composite part. To make our life a little bit easier, let's go ahead and edit some of these appearances. So I'm going to use green. Edit appearance, let's make that one blue. And for part number 3, edit appearance, let's make that one purple. Alright guys, I don't know about you, but I think we are going to be ready to do some assemblies. But we're going to do it smart. Rather than doing all of these mates, we're going to find out this pattern that we're going to make. We're going to make it once, create a sub-assembly, and then we're going to use that sub-assembly 3 times. It's super cool, or at least I think it is. We're going to click on the plus icon, create assembly. In that assembly, we're going to pull in Part Studio 2. So there's our 3 parts, and we're going to pull in one more. Actually, we don't need to. We're all good. At least we should be. We'll see what happens. Guys, what we're going to do is, yeah, that's right, we did need to pull one more time. Second guess myself. We do need to pull in that composite part right here. So this is a good time, let's pull in that composite part twice, to talk about when's a good time to use a composite part versus when's a good time to use individual parts. So since I made a composite part of my corner bracket, notice they're already moving together. I don't actually need to do a mate here. It's good. But since I pulled in all the parts individually, originally, these 2 parts can move independently of each other. So I actually don't want these pieces. So I'm going to click on once and delete them and say, bye-bye, adios. And then we're ready to start cooking. So I'm going to use M for mate. We're going to mate this first corner bracket onto our origin plane, origin point. Hit the green check mark. We're ready to do some more of our mates. So I'm going to mate that first blue piece. We're going to do our straight blue piece. We're going to rotate it until it looks like it fits. That looks good. And then we're ready for our next part. So mate the green with the blue. Looks like that. Those planes are working planes are backwards, so I'm going to flip that and then rotate it until it lines the way we want to. Hit the green check mark. And then one more time. Flip that primary axis, rotate it if we need to. And now we've got our working pattern for our infinity cube. So how about we use this smart? So I'm going to rename this. I'm going to call it Subassembly 2. And we're going to create a new assembly. And we're going to pull in our subassembly 3 times. I think this is just too cool. So there's our subassembly 2. We're going to pull it in 1, 2, 3 times. And now we're going to notice this is just like the composite parts. Subassemblies move together, not independent of each other. It just, how much time would we use doing all those mates to make that work? It would just be a really long time. So I'm going to hit M for mate. We're going to mate our first part to our origin. Looks good. We're ready for our next mate. So notice we're going to follow that pattern again. So green, purple, green, blue, green, purple. So we're going to follow the same pattern. Green, blue, green, purple. So I'm going to join this face to a green. I'll zoom out so we can see it a little bit better. We're going to rotate it until it fits just the way we want it to. And then our last joint, our last mate here. Oh, can I squeeze in there or was it in the way? There we go. Boom. Zoom out so we can see things looking well. We're going to keep rotating until our infinity cube looks the way it's supposed to. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Okay. Notice it's backwards. It's kind of like rotated 180 from where we might originally want to see it, because it may just bug you that my front view is actually the back side of this infinity cube. It looks a little wonky. That's what they look like from the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this fastened. We're going to edit it. I'm going to rotate it. So click that 2 times to rotate it 180 degrees. And that should flip us around to where we see the front of our infinity cube. I don't know about you guys, but I think this is super cool. I'm actually going to try to 3D print these and glue them together, because I think it'd be a terrible idea to try to 3D print it as one part. I'm sure people have done it, just not going to be me. But in any case, hopefully you guys have learned something. And if not, I'm sorry for wasting time. If so, please like and subscribe. Throw it down in the comment section about what you might want to see next. And we'll try to make it happen. Take care, guys. See ya.